Hey guys, just quick question. You know, when you do, like, I don't know if you guys are like me, you'll wax your car, you'll do all this, ignore it because I have a lot of rock chips. But anyways, you wax your car, makes it look really nice. But then you have yellowing, or yellowing or hazing headlights, right? So they're like all white, all cloudy, or they're yellowing, or they don't look very good, and they're also very bad in the nighttime. It's harder to see, it's very bad. Well, I'm going to quickly show you guys exactly how we're going to make this look like brand new, making it a lot easier to use. And the only thing we're going to need is this plastics here, which is what I use. I'm not, let's be honest, I'm not fucking sponsored. It's basically a clear plastic cleaner and polish. You can use it on a ton of things. It's great. It works wonders. Now, you don't need a buffing wheel unless you have one. I do have one, but I will also show you that you can use it with just regular hand, like microfiber towels and stuff. So, other than that, you can choose either to work with the headlights on the car or do what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them off because I just waxed the car and I don't feel like wasting my time. So, on my car, specifically my GXP, it's a 10mm bolt head. Just to remove the headlight, it's right here, and you just kind of, if it'll come out, there we go. And all it is, you just take this little bolt out, and that all came apart. Sweet. Come on. If and when it comes out. Oh, it's so loud. Long ass bolt for a headlight. Anyway, so this piece comes out. You can set it on your plastic trim or whatever. Make sure you don't lose it because you will need it again. And this just comes up like this and it'll catch because there's actually a little peg in the headlight that is like in place, and it just pops out like that. And the rest of the headlight comes out like this. And then there's a little clip right here. You press it down on the bottom. This is hard to do with one hand, holy shit. And it just pops off like that. And now my headlight comes out. So I am currently in the process of installing a whole bench and everything to my garage. So we're going to be working on my step. But anyways, see with the light shining on it, it's all white and it's all, this is my little floodlight. And it's all white and it looks like crap. So we're going to do this one with the buffer, and we're going to show you how nice it looks with the buffer, and it's going to be really quick. And then with the other one, we'll do by hand, and then you'll kind of see the difference. It's literally not going to have any difference at all, but we're going to do it anyways just to prove that you can. So I want to find a decent little place to set you down in. No, shit. I'll find a place to put you, hold on. Alrighty, so hopefully that stays in place. So got our little plastic wax or polish, whatever you want to call it. We've got the buffer wheel, and then you're gonna see me ignore what I'm wearing. So yeah, we'll put this here, get this ready to plug it in, and it's really simple. Now using the electric buffer will get the job done quicker and a lot faster. It can be messy with it though, so yeah, be very cautious with that. I'm wearing gloves because I really don't want this shit on my hands. It's not like it's a bad thing, but anyways. So you literally just take your headlight. Come on. There you go. And you just put a nice line on it. As well as don't wear clothes that you don't want to get this shit on. Like, I'm wearing sweatpants so that I don't have to wash my jeans. And then don't immediately start up the buffer if you're using one. take it and like spread it on real quick with the buffer. Just kind of mix it in there, just so when you turn it on, it's not gonna fly everywhere when you do it. And then, it doesn't require a lot of force. It's pretty quick, pretty simple. You just buff it in there, and it'll look a lot better than when you start out. As well as it'll clear up a lot of that hazing, and as well as get rid of all those imperfections like rock chips, everything like that. Now you can use this method with toothpaste as well, like a toothbrush or something. Basically anything that's like a polish. Now toothpaste is a type of polish that people use. And I specifically have used it on my my running lights and stuff like that. Like I have these little running lights here, and I haven't done it in like a year or so, but they get a lot of rock chips and stuff, right, because they're lower to the ground, as well as my crappy little useless fog lights. And all you do is you just take a toothbrush and use either that plastic, the stuff I just used, or toothpaste works too. And then anyways, but this is without me even wiping it off. It went to that, and it's still on there, and it's still slightly wet, so you have to wipe it off. That's where, you know, you get like a microfiber towel. If you only use the microfiber towel that you use for this job in particular. So, put you back here, move this out of the way, take your headlight, and just give it a good wipe down. And then if it's not as clear as you want it to be, you can go at it again with the buffer. And in my case, I am going to. As well as I'm going to get the top piece here, because I have a little plastic piece on the top, and it likes to yellow and haze out, and you can see it when the hood is down, so it looks very bad. So I'm going to quickly hit that one as well. And be very generous when adding this. Don't like use lots. Don't try to cheap out on it. The more you use, the better it becomes. Mine is very old, but then yeah, that's all you do. Take the buffer wheel, spread it out very generously. Again, just basically repeat the process. Harder to do with one hand, but we're doing it. Got a little dirty from my my step. Keep in mind, this is in my garage. I use my garage for everything, including just housework and stuff, you know, normal garage stuff that it shouldn't be used for. But, so keep in mind if it gets dirty. But this is now the finished product of what it will become. So, it's not as white anymore. It's not as bad as that one. You look at that one, and you look at that one. That is a lot more clear. That is a lot more white. And if I put it on the car, I'll show you guys a before and after, or like a quick like comparison. So I'll do that real quick and tune you guys in a sec. Quick thing with installing the headlight, it's literally reverse of taking it out. You know, you got a little piece in here, it fits in, slides in. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but you get the idea. And then get in here, just like that, and then just put it in, plug it in, and you're good to go. And I'm not fully installing it, but we take a step back, if I can. You can see this headlight is clear compared to that headlight. And that's going to help you see on the road, but it's not going to be, you know, blinding to everyone else. It'll just help you with visibility as well. Now, I don't have LEDs. I'm not an asshole. I have regular halogens from the factory. They're fine. They work great, and I'd vouch for them. Because guess what? You and your lifted trucks have, like, blinding lights compared to me in my car. And I can't see a fucking thing when you got your brights on, like, coming at me. So, a little fair play here, guys. Come on. Alright, guys. So here is the other headlight. This is the passenger side headlight. And now we're going to be doing it by hand. So instead of using the buffer, which is right here, I took the pad off because I don't want to wash an extra pad. It's basically a microfiber towel with an elastic band, basically. It's like a hairnet, or one of those shower caps. So, it's the same process. You apply your plastics, or polish, I guess it's a type of polish if you want. You apply it, same way, rub it on, but instead of putting it on, mixing it, and then buffing it like with an electric buffer, you're just gonna buff it by hand. And it's gonna take a little longer, it's gonna be a little harder, but it's not bad. So we're gonna put you back in your spot. We're gonna do this by hand. And it's basically the same thing. Taking the cap off, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna like squirt it. So generously, I don't know how the fuck you say stuff. I don't know English, guys. Give it a good shake. Come on. Hold on, I'm gonna get it out and then come back. Alrighty, so we got it on, we got a decent amount on. It's the same thing as before. You can lay it up headwards and like this instead, so it's facing upwards towards the roof. So if you're in my position where you're working on a step, it's really nice. It's just easy. Take it, spread it around. Make sure you spread it before you start buffing it, just so you can actually get it everywhere and make sure you get everything. And then all you have to do, just spread it, kind of make it look cloudy, and that's all you do. Make sure you keep a towel ready so that you can wipe it off when you're done. And then all you do now is you just buff it in. Just like what the machine would do, but you're doing it by hand. And then it'll almost come off, basically. It'll be basically off when you're done. And then that's all you have to really do. And the finished product will make it so you can see better at night. Your headlights will perform a little nicer, as well as just kind of makes the car look better when you wax it and detail it. That way your car doesn't have that hazed headlight look. Now this works for yellowing headlights as well as the type of hazing ones, which mine have. These are my stock headlights. These are from factory, never been replaced. Back in 2005, so these have over 275, or I think 276,000 kilometers, which in miles is like, I don't know how many, but it's a lot. And if you can just see real quick, basically it's still on there, but it's almost all off, because what the microfiber towel is doing is it's absorbing it all, and then you're just kind of spreading it around, making it look very shiny and very even. And it's not too hard of a job. Like, it takes a little longer. The buffer gets it done in a minute. This takes a couple. This is you need a lot of patience for this. Put it like that. And then when you think it's done, put this off to the side, like so. Get your towel, make sure there's nothing on it. I mean, if it gets on it, it's just going to wipe off anyways. And then just wipe it off real quick. And there's a lot of videos out there where people like sand their headlights. And they do like sanding and then they do this polishing. But this is quicker, a lot better. And I don't know if I trust sanding a headlight, you know. On my car, I couldn't do it. Well, I can't do most things on my car because it's too painful to watch. But that is it. Now, yes, there is going to be these permanent little indents, which you see a lot more on camera than you do in person. I can vouch for that because I'm currently witnessing it. I didn't do the top of this headlight yet. I will in a sec, but even still. Here's this headlight. Here's the driver's side that we did earlier. Now, if you get the light, you're going to see zero difference. Now this, because it's got direct light on it, is going to be a little more white. But see how they look identical? Even if you do it by hand, it's still going to turn out the exact same as if you do it with a buffer. That being said, all that you have left to do is, if you want it to be, you could work a little harder at it, get it a little nicer, maybe try your best to do that. Or do what I'm doing and just installing it, and then it's good to go. And then all you have to do, same thing on the other side, is plug and play. But when installing it, I forgot to mention this on the other side, there is little guide pins. You see this hole here? That lines up with this little prong right there. So after you connect your wiring harness, you will line it up with the prong, and then so hold on when I connect the wiring harness. Alright, so now that I connected the wiring harness, is all connected, it's ready to go back into place. All you have to do is line up, you can't even see it, that little prong with that hole, while keeping in mind with my car you have to put it in the trim. And then it lines up, if you can see it. I don't think you can, I can see it, but lines up, slides in place, and that's it. Then make sure that this piece and this little plastic piece on the headlight fits in that hole. A little bit of force, go right in, press this down, it locks it in place. Then get your bolt. Now you can do one of two things. You can do this by hand, take a little bit. You can use a wrench or a ratchet, or if you have one, a screwdriver, but you can put sockets on it. Just quickly do it by hand. Makes everything a lot quicker. Once you get it tight, oh, that noise is so bad. Once you get it tight though, you do not want to really get it in there. You want it to be snug but not too tight, because looking at the size of the bolt and the threads on the bolt, they were not that big, and will then create, it'll basically just, you'll strip it if you put it on too tight. That's what I'm trying to say, but English, you know. I don't know why it doesn't want to go in. Oh, this is a lot of work. It's harder to, I haven't done a lot of like personal filming in a while, and I forgot how difficult it is to do. It's coming out. See the bolt? We're just gonna do it by hand. I'm gonna get roasted in the comments for this. Tighten it down, get it snug, and then give it like 1/8 of a turn. Mine's not snug yet. Now it's snug, and that's it. It's not gonna come out. It's perfectly fine. And now you have clear, unhazed headlights that will help you in the nighttime, helping you see better, as well as give your car that more of a, you know, clean look to it. You know, I just waxed my car, so this will help bring it a lot more, because it's going to look a lot better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry the video is so long. If you want to skip along, hopefully you did. I wouldn't blame you if you did. So, yeah, other than that, guys, have a good one. Bye.